What's up, everybody? This is the Healing Kings podcast, and I'm your host, Drew Cos. And I got a question for you. Do you ladies ever feel that it's so hard to love black men? Like, why don't they want hugs? Why don't they want to commit? Why they don't want to share their emotions? If that's you, or if you're a black man that wonders why you are so hard to love, stick around. Today's episode is going to talk about that. We're going to talk about why is it hard for black men to receive love and sometimes give love. So let's jump right in. My name is Drew Cos, and I am a black man. If you didn't know that, if you're just listening, I am a black man. This whole podcast today is going to dive into what's really happening. A lot of times what we see on the surface of somebody is not what's really happening. We just see that they refrain maybe from hugs, they refrain from opening up, but we don't see that there's definitely trauma outside of just childhood trauma that has happened probably to that man. So I'm going to start off with just a story from myself to help you guys just put the guard down and get some information. I'm married now for about 5 years. In July will be 6 years. And I cannot tell you how hard it was for me to receive love. And the reason wasn't just because, my dad leaving me and things like that. Those definitely played a part in that whole ordeal. But one of the main reasons was just how men are treated in the world, especially black men. I'm going to say this, and I hope you hear my heart and not just my words. In society, black men are not treated well and not treated as other races are treated. Is it unfair? Yes. Life is unfair also, so I don't take that as I need to go in a corner and cry. But because of that, you usually start to become guarded, and you usually put a shell around you or a shell on you. Or like I like to say sometimes, you usually put the superhero cape on a lot earlier than you should. With that superhero cape, yes, you can protect yourselves from falling into the trap of I'm never going to make it, falling into the trap of being naive, but you don't realize as a black man also, and ladies, black men don't realize also sometimes that when you put that cape on, you also block out love. So if you put the bulletproof vest on, you block out love. You block out the ability to feel. Now, within my years of being married and things like that, my wife would try in so many ways to show love, and I would just reject it. Holidays was really bad for me. Every single holiday, especially my birthday, I did not want to receive love. And it was because I was just so protected and guarded for so long. And part of it was just childhood trauma. I kept telling her that every birthday, I hated every birthday because it always seemed that I would want something, never get it. Or I was promised something and it never happened. So as a young guy, I just literally came to the conclusion that, hey, maybe this birthday stuff isn't for me. I'm just gonna when it comes, say thank you to anybody that says happy birthday, and then I'm going to that's gonna be it. So with all of that, I just put a shell around my heart, put a shell around my emotions. And I didn't know this was happening until my daughter was born, my youngest. And I was there in the delivery room. And as soon as I saw her, I literally felt something that I never felt before. I felt like connected immediately. And I felt like this person is made for me to help them out in life. That's a child's love, but it's different because I saw her and things like that. But what I realized is that it was easier for me to receive love and love my daughter than my wife or even previous relationships because my daughter couldn't harm me. She couldn't hurt me, but those other relationships could have. So I was just used to wearing this bulletproof vest, this vest over my heart that I'm not going to receive love. Now, how do we actually know that that's happening, and how do we actually rectify the situation? So, black men of color, men in general, you have to realize, is love something you want to actually receive or feel? If it's not something you want to receive or feel, you're not going to do any work towards it. You're not. And I can tell you this, if you say you want to do the work, it will show up, because sometimes being loved means allowing a person to see you be vulnerable. And that's very, very hard, because at times as a black man, you're never in society like allowed to be soft or to show fully your emotions or express yourselves in a way that's not calculated. Like you have to express yourselves as A, B, C, rather than just saying what you feel, because there can be repercussions and consequences. So being vulnerable is hard. And it's hard for a black man because of those reasons. Racism, yes. Um, redlining, yes. Just looked at as if like we're criminals. All that stuff plays a part. And if you think it doesn't, please stop. Please stop. Most black men are just used to working. So we equate love with, I went to work for you. I went to work for us. And that's love. And that's a part of how you provide, but it's not love. So let's get into the part of, how do we break this down as a man? Women, what can you do as a man? I want to challenge you to start journaling what you feel. And I want to challenge you to not only journal what you feel, I want to challenge you to journal what you would like to feel. Take it a step further. I want you to journal, who would you like support from? That's a big one. Who would you like support from? You're probably seeing that list. Most lists are going to probably list their mom first, probably. They may list like a sibling, and they may list their spouse. And I want you to just journal without any limit. You say whatever you want to say in that journal. And I guarantee you'll probably start coming up with things that happened a long time ago that made you put on that superhero cape. And if you want to really feel love and receive love, it's time to take that cape off. It's time to take that cape off. The reason why it's time to take the cape off, because you don't realize when you're neglecting love, you're not giving love as much as you think you are. You may be telling people that you're giving love, but you're only giving it from a limited place. So it's not coming from a big place. And I believe you should want to have love, and you deserve to be loved. Now, as the woman part, little patience on your side. Remember that men aren't taught how to open up or how to share emotions, so that can be something in itself. But learn how to love him in his love language first. Whatever that love language is, I'm not going to go into what the love languages are. You can look that up by Gary Chapman. Learn how to love him first the way he can receive it now. He may not be able to receive a bed of roses right now. He may not be able to receive a big surprise party. Even though you want to do that, what it probably would do would probably alarm him and set him off. So think about, how can I love him where he's at now? And allow that to grow. I believe one of the reasons why it's hard to have hard conversations is because we never set the environment to have a hard conversation. We just have it wherever we want. Can you talk wherever you're at? Yes. I do still believe that if you make the environment where there's no judgment, there's no hitting below the belt, you can be open and we can be good when we finish this conversation, I believe it would be so much better, so much better. Black men, it's hard to love black men. I'm not going to lie. Is it possible? Absolutely. Is it necessary? Absolutely. Black men need love. Black men want love, and they deserve it. We deserve it. So my takeaway, go get a journal, write down, men, what do you want to feel? Who do you want to be supported by with those feelings? And if you want to take it a step further, I want you to challenge somebody to read it who you are close to. And tell them, hey, I may not need feedback right now. I just want you to read this because it's on my heart. See what they say. Go be great, guys. Go be great.